everyone, Christina here of C&B Bodywork. So this video is coming out much later than what I initially planned for. There's a reason that I'll touch on in just a moment. To start, this video is a continuation of the Root Chakra Muladhara Chakra series I began to offer, and I'll touch on the more physical aspects pertaining to this area of our body by offering stretches and exercises for the legs, and specifically from the knee down to the feet. So I began to share that this video was coming out with a client of mine. She is an orthopedic nurse in the area, thought she might be interested in the content of the video. We got to the topic of plantar fasciitis, which is one of the things I go over. She shared with me some surprising statistics about its diagnosis in her clinic in particular. I began to change the content of the video, was going to lean in more that direction, share with you what she shared with me, and my prior knowledge of being a massage therapist and seeing this within my own clientele over the last 10 years. That video, however, wasn't fitting together properly. It's not the time or the place for it right now, I feel, but possibly at a later date. Once I have a little bit more information, I talk to her a little bit more and do some more research. So here we are back at my original idea. So this is version number 3. And again, I will offer stretches and exercises to help alleviate plantar fasciitis and some other leg and knee issues you might be having. Before I go into the stretches and the exercises, I would like to talk a little bit about plantar fasciitis for those of you who don't know what it is, and a little bit about plantar fascia. In the bottom of our feet, from about the ball of our foot to our heel, we have a span of connective tissue. It's also known as an aponeurosis, the plantar fascia. If you look at it on a cadaver, it's kind of white and milky in color. You touch the bottom of your foot, it's hopefully a little bit springy, got a little bit of give to it, which is a good sign. That means you've got fluid moving through it and mobility, which of course is improved as you're younger. As we get older, this connective tissue starts to dry out, which is one of the causes for plantar fasciitis. A side note, anything that has itis at the end of it usually indicates that it's inflamed in some way. Back to plantar fascia. It connects also, as we're younger, into the Achilles tendon, which is the main tendon connected to our gastrocnemius muscle. That's the muscle you usually see bulked up in the back of the calf like a soccer player. So the gastrocnemius and plantar fascia have a good relationship with each other, hopefully. And if not, if that calf is tight, often the plantar fascia will also be tight, and this is another cause for plantar fasciitis. So to help alleviate that inflammation in this aponeurosis, calf stretches are one way to do that. Some other methods for alleviating plantar fasciitis would be to see a massage or a physical therapist to offer maybe some manual massage or stretching. Another outlet would be maybe having one of these therapists do some kinesiotaping, which I will explain in a further video. You can also do some home remedies like rolling a soccer ball, or not a soccer ball, a tennis ball, a little smaller scale, or a lacrosse ball underneath the bottom of your foot, or a frozen water bottle. A lot of clients of mine do that while they're at work, sitting at their desk. They'll take a frozen water bottle and roll it underneath their feet. Another thing would be to see a podiatrist or your MD to offer you maybe a boot or some insoles, something for support for this area of your body. Usually a last resort treatment is a cortisone shot, which in and of itself is pretty painful. If you're not somebody who's experienced plantar fasciitis, be grateful. It can feel like a burning sensation in the bottom of your foot. It can also feel like you're stepping on thumbtacks or push pins. It's rather unpleasant, something I've experienced. I've known a lot of clients and family members to have experienced it also. So like I said, again, be grateful. But if it comes about in your body, you will know what to look out for and maybe talk to your therapist or your doctor to get maybe a diagnosis by talking to your MD. So yeah, let's move forward with those stretches. Thank you so much for joining me so far. I'll start with knee stabilization because it's very important. Be sure your knee is always 90 degrees, no matter what lunging or warrior postures you're doing, that the center of your knee is directly over the second and third toe. In a low lunge, you can have the back knee down. This will get into the quadriceps muscles as well as your psoas major, which is your primary hip flexor. You can pop up the back knee. For the back leg, this will get more into your calf, your Achilles tendon, and even that plantar area of your foot once again. Always keep your core engaged just to offer support for your low back. Next stretch would be a runner stretch. You can keep the toes on the floor to get into your muscles in your shin, or you can pop up the toes, getting more into the hamstrings, grab a hold of the foot for a deeper stretch for the Achilles and that plantar area of your foot. Get into that deep calf muscle, the soleus. You can do heel drops on your steps at home or something else that's equally supportive. Grab a hold for balance and come into releve first, high up on the toes, and then drop the heels down below the step. Again, this will stretch the very deep muscle soleus. And just breathe, maybe 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds, just based on what you feel like you need. Careful not to lock out your knees too deeply. Another thing you could do, using the wall for support, you can flex your front foot against the wall and then come onto releve in that back foot, leaning into the wall and holding on for support. The front leg, this will touch on gastrocnemius, maybe soleus once again, that Achilles tendon. The back leg will actually stretch the shin, the tibialis anterior muscle, as well as the top of the foot maybe, and maybe even your peroneals, the side muscles in the shin. To stretch the tops of the feet and the shins once again, you can come into all fours, engaging the belly, let the knees hover off the floor, keep breathing here, maybe come down, and then just reset yourself. And then when you're ready, come back up again, engaging the belly, just so you don't tweak your shoulders, and so you don't tweak your knees or your feet also here. Now this last stretch, from a low kneeling position, come into a high kneeling position with the feet flexed. This is good, again, for the Achilles tendon as well as that plantar area of your foot. Now it can be intense for the toes, so be sure you're breathing nice and deeply, engaging the abdominal muscles to pull the sway out from your low back. This is a good counter stretch if you wear any sort of heeled shoes or your shoes lack arch support entirely. Before beginning your next set or ending, you will gently begin to release and wiggle your toes, take a breath, and have a seat. Hopefully these stretches and exercises help you out. If you have any further questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. I will gladly answer it however appropriate. Or maybe just say hello, that would be nice too. I would love a thumbs up. And turn on the little bell for the notifications. Subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when I post new content. Thanks guys so much for joining me. I'm grateful you were here. Take care. Bye.